day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies and it will be breezy. We'll see an afternoon high around 84. Tonight, mostly clear skies with an overnight low around 50. And tomorrow, we'll see more sunshine and breezy conditions return. An afternoon high around 85. I'm meteorologist Kyle Becker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This show's pretty rockin', huh?
Yeah, I'm so glad my State Farm agent helped me go.
Huh?
My State Farm agent. They help me with options to personalize my auto insurance to get a great rate that fits my budget, so I don't have to give up the things I love.
Wow. Hey, so do you think I could get your State Farm agent's number?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is the Don't Punt Hour with former Nebraska receiver.
Throwing over the middle, completes the pass. He's got speed to the end zone. Touchdown. 45 yards.
And return specialist.
This time he beats the kicker and one more.
DeMornay Pierson-El.
Not only does the sideline have confidence in Pierson-El, but Pierson-El has confidence in Pierson-El.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in to Ticket Weeknights. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. As always, we got the host, DeMornay Pierson-El, to my left, former Husker wide receiver, special teams threat. If you guys want to join in, we are back live on the brick and mortar after the Royals just beat the Baltimore Orioles. Only took three runs in total to get to the divisional round. The Royals go on, so we will continue to carry them through the brick and mortar as they have the Yankees up next. But like I said, 402-464-5685 as we are back live here on the FM airwaves. And, of course, the streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo, Channel 961, all of those available as well. We got DPE in studio. DeMornay Pierson-El. How's it going on Wednesday night?
It's going good, a day closer to game day.
And I'm where are you at excitement-wise for this one? Like, obviously, every game is exciting, but Rutgers, I mean, we're going to face a lot of undefeated teams here and have the opportunity to give teams like Rutgers their first loss of the season.
It's very exciting, but I'm a little nervous just because, like I said, we've been in this position, before with Illinois. So understanding that and kind of going through it, and we took Illinois, to the lengths that we did. And, I mean, you surely think Illinois is a better team than Rutgers, correct? So
I don't know. Rutgers is now ranked, what are they, 23 in the AP poll? It just feels like if there's a number behind the team, Nebraska panics, like holds their breath. Like, I don't want to say that's happening, but
Rutgers necessarily isn't even Illinois.
No, I think Illinois is the better team. I'm not super confident, but I would say Illinois is better.
And again, getting off routine. That game was on a Friday. This is on a regular, Saturday at 3:00. I think I'm excited about it. Like I said, I don't get the same feelings as Illinois. I think more so this is going to be all right. Watch us prove to y'all once again what we can do type of game.
Yeah, and I will say this: like, I think Greg Schiano's a fine coach, but he hasn't necessarily been able to take advantage of Nebraska the same way how Brett Bielema. I mean, as soon as Brett Bielema got to Illinois, he's had a pretty good record considering what he had to build up at Illinois, and considering what Rutgers has just been kind of trying to get going forever. And Nebraska, have we ever lost to Rutgers? I'm trying to think. You guys never did. I know that much.
No, I don't necessarily. I don't know if we've played them, before.
Not very much. It is a newer kind of game. That we
so I don't. Playing. I mean, I don't think we've lost against them at all. Actually,
I don't think we have either. Let's double check here, and you guys can always join in, fact check us here if you want. I want to say that
undefeated.
It's never happened. Yeah, because like you said, it's also a newer rivalry. The Huskers are 5-0 in those matches.
Yep.
Since 2014. So yeah, never lost. Don't let it start.
Don't start today or this weekend.
No. And then we're kind of talking about this. We'll dive more into it tomorrow as well. But like, I'm just not as scared by them because even though Luke Altmaier, like, I didn't think he was the super flashy quarterback for Illinois. He was just a really safe, sound quarterback that could still make decent throws.
He was the constant to keep them moving, regardless if the run game was out of it or whatnot. He wasn't turning the ball over. His turnover to touchdown ratio was actually at that point, I think he had like 6 or 7 touchdowns and no interceptions. So I mean, he was on the right track. He could win some games with if they have to rely necessarily on him being a drop back passer. Not to say that Rutgers quarterback isn't or whatnot.
I don't think he really is.
But
like,
he's not there. When you line those two up, if you look at those two quarterbacks going head to head, Illinois' quarterback consistently is better. So if the guy is consistently better on a better team, and you still went to overtime, and you still missed opportunities, which, like I said, it was just a bad game. Like, it wasn't our best showing, and we still took it to overtime. And I understand we lost, but you don't have that type of consistency at the quarterback position that what's coming this week. So I'm not to downgrade it or anything like that, but if you eliminate the run game, and if it is left up to him or whatnot, that should be a opportunity to show you why, that they have the defense has been crowned, or has moved high up in the rankings and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think that's the key versus Cali McManus, right? Is like, if you shut down the run game and you force him to, and that's what bothered me about Illinois. Like, if you force him to throw the ball, you feel pretty good about that defense shutting it down. Like, they showed that versus Colorado. Like, if we know that you're struggling to run the ball and you don't want to do that, we can feel pretty good about shutting you down completely. Because that's all Colorado want to do is throw the ball, especially realizing like they're not going to be able to run the ball at all in that one. Now, Rutgers, they're obviously going to have a better run game than what Colorado had. Definitely not better, in my opinion, than what Illinois had. At least it'll be somewhat close. But if you force him to be that guy, he's kind of shown it, like, especially with the pressure Nebraska's able to get. He's not crazy athletic. He's kind of around there in terms of Dylan Raiola and his east to west, but his pocket presence isn't nearly as good. Like, he's got like a little more speed that are pretty similar to Dylan Raiola, but like his, whatever you want to call it, his mental clog, his pocket presence, feeling the weak side pressure, like he struggles there. So you throw Ty Robinson, Nash, and if you shut down that run game, yeah, I feel pretty good about this. And again here, better than the Illinois game, I will say. I think the spread's still 7. I think we talked about that yesterday. Home game for Nebraska, 3:00. You think that spread keeps moving, or do you think it goes the other way? Towards Nebraska stays or back in favoring Rutgers?
I think it'll favor us.
I think so too. As we get closer to it and you look at the numbers.
I mean, and it's still hot here. Like, it's not what it was, in September or whatnot. But I mean, that can, draw some things. They're coming from, the East Coast to the Midwest. It's a little bit different environment. a little bit more, physical team or whatnot. Like I said, it's just I understand. Yeah, they're 4-0. I get that, but
their schedule though. It's fair to take a peek at it.
I'm not trying to discredit them. I'm just being, respectful. Like, they played Washington and beat Washington.
And what do you think about Washington this year? Like bottom of the Big Ten?
Hot garbage.
Exactly. And it was what? A 3-point win by Rutgers. 21-18. And then Virginia Tech,
Virginia Tech scrappy. They just took, Miami.
They feel like they play to their level. Like whoever they're playing against, they're kind of one of those teams. They're like what the 3-9 Nebraska team was. Like it's going to be a ball game. Feels like every single time, but they're going to not find a way to close it out at the end.
So, like I said, I mean, if you have consistent if you have consistent scoring, consistent offense on the offensive side, I'm not worried. On the defense, continue to do what you have been doing. Regardless, if you do that, something's going to be taken away. Whatever their strength is, it should be, stopped or whatnot. Even if it's a slow start or whatnot. I mean, look at Purdue. Purdue was, you can say, an ugly game, but from the defensive standpoint, they did what they needed to do.
Mm-hmm.
You can give them the 10 points, but I mean, he really scored late.
It was garbage.
You know what I'm saying? Points. So the defense continued to do that. Like I said, I'm not really concerned. Like I said, that if we played that Illinois team on a regular Saturday, I think that would be necessarily different. So I'm not really concerned with what it is and them being undefeated and whatnot and everything like that, because we have the tools to kind of stop what they do best.
Yeah, and I think I hope this team's kind of over that. Just like over the overthinking point that drove everybody crazy for the longest time. It's like, if it's a ranked team, it builds up to like, this is finally the time Nebraska's going to be able to beat a ranked opponent. This is the first time Nebraska's had a ranking since their name, since this. This is the last time Nebraska went bowling. Last this. Like, just stop keeping track of stats, period. Just start winning damn games. And guess what? Those stats will disappear
easily.
Like, I think we're out of that phase. Like, I don't know how much does that stuff actually leak into the locker room? Like, are guys thinking about that, or is it because kids are on their phones so much? Like, I feel like it's getting worse.
Mean, I would say no. I mean, you see it, but you see it so much that like you kind of
phase it out almost.
They're like, it's like gnats. Like you around it, you see them, and it's like, you move away. You're not really paying attention to it. It might sneak up. It might, jump out you. But I mean, it's in your presence, but it's not. It's a non-factor.
That's
now when you got 8-0 and you playing the Michigan State that's undefeated at the time, 2014, at the time we were still undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
Now you kind of, it's a little bit more. You playing the Wisconsin's undefeated. It's a little bit more, but now that you kind of got that one last off the way, man, it don't even matter. It is what it is now. This is just a big game, and execute X's and O's, and let's go get this dub.
Yeah, and I think that's the right mindset you got to have. Like, it's just, and Rule's been good about this, I think, throughout his entire 10 years. Even that Colorado game, he was not trying to build it up to be that much, like just another game, because I think he knew that if that happens, we will kind of get a big head going to UNI, feel good about ourselves, and then get to another Big Ten conference play, and we build that Colorado game into a mountain. Because you can't tell me the effort was the same from Colorado to Illinois. Like, it just looked different. And like, it's not that guys weren't running hard, but like, you could just feel the edge was a little bit different. Like, and that it is what it is. It's a human element, but you don't see Georgia doing that. You don't see Alabama doing it. Like, that's what makes those teams elite.
I mean, you can say that, but I mean, you also got, cream of the crop at those places.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I'm like, their 4 and 5 stars rarely, play early on and like significantly like contribute. If you go back and let's just take, receiver for the standpoint. If you go back and look at, Julio Jones freshman year at Alabama, wasn't anything crazy. Wasn't what Julio was his sophomore and junior year, but when he left. Amari Cooper, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Calvin Ridley, same thing. Like Devontae Smith, his freshman year, like he had the one touchdown that sealed it. But I mean, he was also in a room with 4 other first rounders, so he wasn't really, the best one in the room. Now, hindsight, if you collectively looked at his career, like you can arguably say he probably was the best one because he won the Heisman.
Right.
But his freshman year, with stuff and whatnot and everything like that, it's not like that. So you can't compare, the outliers, the Alabamas, the Georgias, just because they got 4 and 5 stars. They got dudes that's iron sharpens iron on a daily basis. Their 4 and 5 stars really don't contribute as much, as kind of what you see, at least until like, sophomore, junior years. At
it's
least
very
that.
rare. Like obviously Alabama's got the what's the 17-year-old wide receiver? Williams.
Yeah. But I mean, again,
he's a freak
and an outlier, not.
I didn't think he's a cousin of Serena Williams, right?
I didn't know that.
I don't know if it's true. I just saw Serena Williams tweet out Cuzzo. Very similar. I
don't know. I'm not gonna speak on that one. That one I am unsure of, but it's just different. Like I said, I mean at those places, like you literally got the your second string can go anywhere else and probably be a game changer. Probably your third string can probably go anywhere else just about it and be a game changer. So those are the problems that those universities has. Now, a lot of people outside of that don't have that problem. So it takes, more work. It takes, certain things to come to get things going and everything like that before you get to that. The culture that's necessarily there or that's coming now wasn't the culture that was there, 2 years ago. So or a lot of those older guys, they've been around in different places. So it takes time to kind of for your leadership to understand where the guidance is going and where things should be.
And you almost need those young guys to start taking over the leadership roles, because I hate to say it, but like
they contribute.
They contribute. Like obviously not the leader of the room, but like you kind of saw it with the young guys. And Matt Rule talked about this, like how they weren't tight in that Illinois game because they're not like scarred from just years of like close nail biter games going the other way. And
they come in and it's like, all right, it's a loss. Like I'm like, but a senior who has a COVID year,
like another one.
Like this is like here we go again, or like. Not here we go again, but there's that feeling.
Yeah, I mean you've had it so many times where it's just, I mean, at a certain point it's going to drive you crazy.
Again, that loss to Illinois, honestly, compared to the other losses and everything like that, I feel like the other losses like were worse. Of like how you could be winning games, you could be in games and everything like that, and it just completely a flip of a switch. That I think a lot of people would take the Illinois loss and how it all played out versus the Michigan State loss last year.
Oh yeah, because Illinois beat you fair and square, right? Like hands down, Illinois was a good team. Michigan State, they were
but I'm saying
team,
they're,
but the way you lost the game.
It's still lost, but you rather have the one to where you can say it just wasn't our day that day, versus you having 3 turnovers and you can't score and
keep punting the ball the wrong way.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I said. Like I think people would say they would rather, if it is or does go that way, that would be. I don't want to say the fashion to lose, but you rather to lose that way than to lose against, like I said, against Michigan State or some of these other, one close. How many times have we seen, when Scott Frost was here, games we were in games blowing people out, then some for whatever reason they find a way to lose.
Yeah, sometimes even by just decision making. I'll never forget the onside kick. Like, and it's totally fair to keep harping on this because no one in their right mind would have ever made that decision, and that's the only game they won that wasn't on U.S. soil. Like that just tells you something right there. Like it's just embarrassing that stuff like that happens, but it does feel good. It feels like we're in the direction where we just have some much better decision making, and in terms of like the young guys developing, you can nitpick Satterfield's offense. I'm kind of curious where you're at on that. I've been a little bit surprised to see some people being pretty hard on Satterfield, in particular, not cutting the leash for Dylan Raiola. I understand the Emmett Johnson part, if that's his decision, or if the running back coach is involved in that. But how do you like Satterfield's playbook so far and the balance between using Dylan Raiola and the run game? We've talked about the run game.
I don't have an issue with it necessarily at all because one, you're not putting too much on your quarterback. So regardless, you're one, building confidence. Two, he understands that he's not thinking. He's actually playing and understanding stuff, processing stuff. He's being the 5-star athlete that you brought him there to be. Now, once you gotta get a month in or certain things, can you start adding that workload to that way to get him more comfortable with things and whatnot? Yes. But if you beating people left and right, and regardless of Nebraska fans are funny because one is like, okay, well, it ain't the 90s, we're not winning national championships. People are mad. Oh, we winning, but we're not winning in the style of how you wanted to be. Oh, it's still a problem. Like at the end of the day, it's a progression with things. So with a freshman quarterback, with stepping on this level and everything like that, you don't want a Bryce Young situation.
Yeah.
You don't want to overwhelm and make the game, if you listen to a lot of people talking about that whole situation, development and coaching and doing things that's simpler for him. It's like, why would you make the game harder for him? It's already hard. The kid got to go to school. The kid probably can't even go to classes as a freshman, honestly, probably, or soon here, pretty much you're going to have to be online or something like that. Mm-hmm. You go to school all day, you adjusting to that. You coming in there, he's a steward of the game. He's studying 10 hours.
Yeah, lifting, studying.
You know what I'm saying? So it's you gotta kind of coast him into things. It's a way different situation than when it was last year. It's not on the quarterback it's not on him that he's losing games. Oh, it's not exciting enough to you, and y'all are mad. Like you got to understand the process of stuff. Now, once he gets things completely uncomfortable and he can roll, he's gonna roll. But until then, you got to build that. You got to build that up. You can't just, buy the chicken from the grocery store and just eat it fresh out the pack right then and there. No, you go home, wash it, season it up, put your oil, heat the pan up. You know what I mean? It steps to it to get to the final product. So why are we trying to rush it when what he's doing is better than what we've had, better than what we've seen in recent years, and it's making a difference.
Yeah, I like it. Just because if it's the best chicken out of the coop, still got to cook it. Can't just eat that thing raw, even if it's the best looking one out of years, generational chicken. But yeah, I think, and to be fair, I don't think everybody's like that, where they're upset with how he's, not quote unquote cutting off the leash. But I think it's bizarre if you are going to make that stance, because you look at what he's been through this 5-game stretch, and it's all really good. Like the turnover margin and the touchdown ratio, fantastic. The completion rating, you feel pretty comfortable there, especially in a clean pocket. I think it's over 70%.
And the turnovers is not even on him.
No, the one that was like should have been a touchdown, turned into a pick.
Both. I mean,
the
both.
Other one was
honestly, like, I don't understand why that should be counted on the quarterback. I think that should be a fumble on the actual player, not an interception by the court. That's not his fault. The dude, both guys caught it and both guys got stripped. Mm-hmm. Like, where is that the quarterback's fault or anything like that? So, but he's been.
Yeah, they need to change that rule, though. I will say that rule makes
it's
almost
annoying.
0 sense. Yeah, because is it the same in the NFL? It doesn't make any sense to me. That's on the QB.
Probably so. But
it shouldn't count.
Like I said, I mean, he's calling games. The only thing that I'm necessarily mad at is they don't got Emmett in there. Other than that, I mean, even with his play calling last year, like I remember, that first game where they're playing Minnesota, they were calling some nice stuff. Just the quarterback was missing his reads. He was missing his keys. Like, you can teach it all you want to, but if you go out there and we boot right and you don't boot right, you stop, a yard off the hash, and that's not where that's not where the success, you got to get to a certain spot to be successful. That's not on the quarterback, I mean, that's not on the OC. So, I mean, he's calling games, he's getting them into positions and everything like that. Every time, they might start slow or they might not, finish things. But again, he is a freshman quarterback. I'd say there's going to be freshman, growing pains that are going to happen. And to be honest,
there really hasn't been any. That's the beauty of it.
Not your typical. There's been a few, but not your typical freshman growing pains that you would think of.
That just taking too many sacks is the only typical one I could have seen coming. Trying to extend it a little bit too much, where just get rid of it. Like, there's nothing there. trusting your speed a little bit too much, like getting used to the college speed to where if he was in high school, he would be able to just run out of that and keep the play alive. We do got Mississippi Mud Dog here. And like, yeah, you're definitely right that there is a large group of people that they don't run it enough. I don't know if it's necessarily they don't run it enough. It's who they are running it with.
Yes.
Like that's kind of the part where people are upset.
And I think that's the part, because if you fix that situation, meaning put Emmett in and give Emmett the touches that you give Dodell.
Just let him finish the drive, though. That's all I'm saying with Emmett Johnson. Feed the man. He just brought you there. He got you to the front door.
So
just rip away his lunch from him.
It is what it is, like I said. So I think if it's a personnel thing, it's not that they're not doing it. They're doing it. It's just it looks differently from one versus another. Now that's not technically, it is on them and it ain't on them. It's on them because one, you got the power to put the other guy in there to see what it looks like. Two, it's not on him because they seen it or they seen something and feel like you have the capability, but the guy goes out there and is the execution or the product in return necessarily doesn't look like what it is on the shelf. You got Peeps, the brand, and then you got the great value Peeps. Yeah. They look different colors, taste a little bit. It ain't the same. Like it may look the same, it ain't the same.
Yeah, you take a closer look at it, it'll absolutely show up. But yeah, we'll definitely probably dive into that a little more, and we do get a few more text in here from Mr. Cub. Illinois is just a better team. Talking to again your point compared to Michigan State versus Illinois. Michigan State was not. And you guys keep chiming in here and give us your thoughts on Satterfield, how he's calling that offense, any of the points you want to talk about with college football. But on the other segment, I do want to talk about who's been the most disappointing and who's been the most interesting or exciting teams in the Big Ten thus far. I think there's a few that stick out in terms of the exciting. And when it comes to the disappointing, I certainly got a few in my mind. So don't go anywhere. We'll keep it rolling. Don't Punt Hour with DeMornay Pierson-El.
NEPCO is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEPCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEPCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies and it will be breezy. We'll see an afternoon high around 84. Tonight, mostly clear skies with an overnight low around 50. And tomorrow, we'll see more sunshine and breezy conditions return. Afternoon high around 85. Our meteorologist Kyle Becker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
This show's pretty rockin', huh?
Yeah, I'm so glad my State Farm agent helped me go.
Huh?
My State Farm agent. They help me with options to personalize my auto insurance to get a great rate that fits my budget, so I don't have to give up the things I love.
Wow. Hey, Hey, so do you think I could get your State Farm agent's number?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Fall is here, which means it's time to dive into a new lineup of autumn flavors at Wings and Rings, your home away from home during football season. Their all-star lineup of wing sauces is adding 2 new impact players, curry garlic and pumpkin chili. Need something delicious before kickoff? How about starting your meal with their brand new chorizo nachos and loaded fries? You better act fast. These new tastes of autumn won't be here long. So make the trip to one of their 2 Lincoln locations today on O Street or Village Lane.
Hi, this is Jay Foreman. Join me, Old School, live from Cornhusker Bank at 83rd and O Street this Friday for their Customer Appreciation Tailgate Party from 4 to 6 p.m. Larry the Cable Guy will join us during the show, and there's free food and refreshments. That is this Friday from 4 to 6 at Cornhusker Bank, 83rd and O Street.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Nebraska football banked 3 wins early. It had to do that. Seeing the win against Purdue, seeing the win against Northern Iowa, even Colorado, I feel like, at least for me, the wins have been secondary. I've been trying to nitpick, they have to do this better, they have to do this better. Nick, I'm just thought now with both the Royals helping me see with the Huskers, we got to learn to love these teams for who they are. The bar has changed.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Pierson-El.
All right, welcome back in at Don't Punt Hour with the host, as always, Pierson-El to my left. You guys can join in like you have been. Use that Sartor Hamann text line as we are live on the FM airwaves. Feels good on a Royals win as they make it to the divisional round. They beat the Orioles in 2 games, only need 3 runs to do it. Now they got the Yankees up next, and you'll be able to catch those games right here on 93.7 The Ticket. Throughout that. Not sure about the World Series, though. I think that might be the cutoff. I'm not entirely sure if that still continues. I have to double check on that. But like I said, feel free to join in. All right. Good morning, Pierson-El. On the other side, I asked, we talked a little bit about this on the Block with Eric Strickland. When we're looking at the Big Ten college football, joining in the new Pac-12 schools that joined in, Pac-2, Pac-6, whichever one you want to call it. Which one has been we'll start with disappointing. Give me your biggest disappointing team so far in the Big Ten. It doesn't necessarily have to be, a team you're really rooting for, but I should say just surprised they're doing that bad. Might not actually emotionally affect you. You're just downright surprised, like, man, this is not how I'd expect them to start the season, whether they're, played 4 games or 5 games.
Well, the ones that could, that's a loaded question because the teams that I thought that were going to suck actually did suck. I'm more so disappointed in actually a good team that I don't think that's really good. Like I'm disappointed in Oregon. Like it's just not what when you think of Oregon, it's not the Oregon of the past.
The numbers are weird when you look at it on
And
offense.
it's definitely not last year with Bo Nix.
That-
Like it's just for whatever reason, like it's just not it. The games that they've played that they've been close, like it's just Dylan Gabriel out there, and I understand they win, and I get that, but it also goes back to who are you playing? Like I don't like. To me, that's fool's gold because like once you now look at USC, USC just played Michigan not too long ago, and I'm not saying it's got to be a Michigan type of caliber team.
No, but the style as well is impressive with USC. Knowing what Michigan is.
You know, so and USC, I say it is more so callous than probably all of the Pac-12 teams that came over. I mean, USC went to Baton Rouge or a neutral site and a battle-tested LSU SEC team, regardless of what anybody say. If Oregon goes down there and do that, they're gonna get blown out. And then you play Michigan, you know what I'm saying? So Oregon is my disappointment. I just don't like how it look. I don't like how they operate. Like it's just
they got a cakewalk of a schedule.
That's what I'm saying.
An absolute cakewalk.
That's what I'm saying, and it pisses me off because I don't think they're that good of what their record is.
I think you might be spot on with that one. I'm okay with that. You know what? We can call that a little bit surprised that they're doing not. It's weird with Oregon because they're not doing bad, but they're not dominant. You know, and for being number 6 in the AP poll, you're expecting some dominance performance. Now, Boise State, they might have a Heisman on their roster with their running back. Was it Genty? I believe is the last name.
He might be 3. He ain't the Heisman winner.
What do you got right now? On 3 just put out an article. Travis Hunter, probably number 1 for most people.
Him and Cam
Ward.
Like they, and then I mean, I think Shador's probably in the top 5, top 6, but
I think Williams might actually make a case. The 17-year-old, which is insane.
Again,
I mean, it's 4 games of him being dominant. Like you can't deny how insane he is.
That's fine, but take him off that roster. Somebody else is going to do that.
Last year, Alabama had some key injuries at the wide receiver room, and it was a huge reason they struggled.
That's
why they didn't make the college football playoffs.
The Heisman should go to flat out the dominant best player, period. And I don't care what people say or whatnot. I'm calling a spade a spade. What Travis is doing has not been seen.
That's why he's
heard. Like period. Like just imagine what he would do if he was just focused on one side of the ball.
Well, and Eric Strickle made this point earlier. He's like, you know, you can throw out Woodson, you can throw Deion Sanders, but both of those guys did not play every single snap the way Travis Hunter's playing.
The only person that when like that's fair to throw out those 2 guys.
What are you saying? Like they didn't even play all the snaps. Like they just had certain series that they'd go out there. Like Travis Hunter is completely playing
in the
both
offense.
sides.
Dory Jackson, I played against him. He's the only one when in that type of limelight. And in his earlier years, you know, he was on the offensive side, but mainly switched over to defense.
Mm-hmm.
Like outside of that, you might have seen it for a couple series. Yeah, you might see it a couple of series throughout the year. This man is literally, once offense is on, he's not taking a break. He's right back on the field. And like I said, it's crazy to if what you looking at stats. And that's what you're saying that, you know, Heisman wise and everything like that or whatever. Like I said, I mean, he can be.
I think he's in the running.
He can be an All-American at both positions.
Travis Hunter.
And I don't know. Like if he continues at the path of what he's on, can you be mad at that?
No. Absolutely not.
Why? He already got it on offense. You can't give it to him on defense. Why?
Give it to him both. Then you go get it on both.
Why?
If that's unfair, you go do it on both sides.
Why can't he? If he's deserving, he's deserving.
There's no rule against that, right?
I don't think so. Like he might have to. They might have to create some rules necessarily for him. But what he's doing, nobody else, I don't think, can do it at the level that he's doing it in college football. And I think that alone, is the Heisman. Like he's All-American at both levels as of right now. We'll see when it gets you know, later on in the season or what things or whatnot. But people, you can take dominant, you know, players out of off of teams and whatnot. A receiver's going to step up and whatnot. What he doing? Ain't nobody done that before. Ain't nobody. It ain't look like that. It ain't been replicated. Nothing. So you got to be. And if you want to go to the quarterback, you just going off of stats.
Yeah, it's. I don't think
it goes to the best player in college football, right or wrong.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay,
unless he gets hurt, there's no way he doesn't get it.
As long as
he's never done. No one.
As long as his numbers continue, and if it's somebody else other than him, they wrong and it's rigged.
He could even take one okay-ish or even slightly bad game, and I think he don't got
to perform all of them and be superhero one. On the defensive side, they're really not even going at him.
That's the other part, right? Like if you're gonna nitpick him for, he doesn't have that many picks.
So he gonna win the Heisman, the Jim Thorpe, and he might get the Biletnikoff.
That'd be awesome.
That's a triple crown.
I mean,
the Heisman,
you just immediately Hall of Fame, Thorpe, right? There's no question. You just immediately
and the Biletnikoff. That is crazy. That's absurd.
Yeah, college football would break.
And if he continues along those ways, I'm not mad at him. If he the best, give it to him. Don't you got that, we're gonna give it to somebody else. No, this ain't no recreation participation award. Nah. If it's him, it's him.
Yeah, we got unfortunately Jesse chiming in here. He won't win the Heisman. You have to be a quarterback on one of the best teams to win the Heisman.
You don't.
Well, this is my point, and I will be surprised if they make this egregious of a move again. But tell New can see that. That makes zero damn sense in the world. All the stats in the world he should won.
Agreed, but he's
not a quarterback.
He didn't have the offensive side of stuff,
and he's not on a team that.
Devontae Smith won it, regardless of what you want to say and everything like that.
I'm just saying it happens where they screw the pooch on that, where they completely just screw you over because. Whatever reason, like even that Nebraska team was winning a lot of games, but Colorado, because they might not win a ton of games, they might find a way to push them out.
Well, look at Daniels. What you want to say?
I think inconsistent is what I want to say.
They lost 4 games the year he won the Heisman, but his numbers was crazy.
I'm saying they're just horribly inconsistent with it, and that's why I'll never be certain. It should be Travis. Like there's no question to me. It should be Travis Hunter,
and it ain't close.
And it's not close.
The closest one to it, I would say, is Cam.
And I felt
Cam is performing, I think, on a better scale than Shador.
I agree with that. Cam Warren's been awesome. I think Shador's fallen off my list a little bit. Now he's got plenty of time to get back into it, but it's certainly Travis Hunter at 1. I don't know where I'd put Shador at this point, but there's other quarterbacks. I might even put Dart out there. I have to look at Ole Miss's last game, but. Yeah, I don't know. He's probably not doing as well as they thought, but a lot of that, I think he's kind of handcuffed by the lack of run game, where there's this literally no eye candy to try to trick people.
I think Shador's numbers are going to be crazy just because of how much they're going to have to throw it.
40, 50 times a game.
So but again, are you the best player in college football? No. Are you the best passer? Possibly. It's a difference.
That is true. We'll throw it to break here. We'll keep talking about this. I don't know. We didn't really get into the most disappointing teams. Mine was going to be Minnesota, PJ Fleck, just because I know he's on the hot seat.
But is he though?
Oh my Lord! I mean,
if you go away from him, we throw it to break. We're gonna talk about.
We'll talk about rowing the boat on the next segment. Don't go anywhere. Don't punt hour.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies and it will be breezy. We'll see an afternoon high around 84. Tonight, mostly clear skies with an overnight low around 50. And tomorrow, we'll see more sunshine and breezy conditions return. Afternoon high around 85. I'm meteorologist Kyle Becker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116. When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Greens at 402-467-4444 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-4444.
Fall is here, which means it's time to dive into a new lineup of autumn flavors at Wings and Rings. Your home away from home during football season. Their all-star lineup of wing sauces is adding 2 new impact players, curry garlic and pumpkin chili. Need something delicious before kickoff? How about starting your meal with their brand new chorizo nachos and loaded fries? You better act fast. These new tastes of autumn won't be here long. So make the trip to one of their 2 Lincoln locations today on O Street or Village Lane.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. As you gear up for game day this season, don't forget the MVP in your life. Whether it's a ruby bracelet to show off her team spirit or a timeless Heartland diamond that shines from across the room, we've got the perfect play. Our experts at Sartor Heyman are here to help you make the winning move. Until next time, happy shopping, guys.
The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
Probably the best locker room entertainment ever. You know, listening to Chris.
Have you seen the Will Compton's videos before? How does that compare?
What does he say at the end of that thing? I like that part. What does he say?
He uses your go big.
Oh, that's
red.
right. He's my go big red. Right, right.
That's not your go big red. How is that Vershawn's go big red? That's been a chant long before Vershawn.
That's my go big red. It's mine.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Demorne Pierson-El.
All right, welcome back in to the Don't Punt Hour. We got Demorne Pierson-El on my left here. If you guys want to join in, 402-464-5685. We got a little bit of time here left before we get over to Off the Field with Kendall Lanier. It looks like we got a guest for that one as well. That will go from 8 to 9. And, of course, the Malone radio show from 9 to 10 o'clock. So still plenty left here on Ticket Weeknights. And if you missed it, Kyle Perry, Uncut, he's back. He went at 6 p.m. You can go check that out on YouTube, but not until the rest of these shows are over. All right, good morning, Pierson-El. We did get a text. We don't have time to go over it. Jesse, you got to make a better argument.
You're a hater.
Yeah, to me, that just feels like you don't necessarily. I don't know how to make of that.
You got to respect. You got to respect game. Like I understand what you making adjustments, but you acting like they changing the game plan in them small conversations. Is the guy playing you like how we seen it in film? Yes. All right. Instead of this, I'm gonna do that. All right, cool. That's he's missing that. If anything, more so if that goes, with either O-line or the OC.
Yeah.
Does he run the wrong routes? No. Does he blow coverages? No. Does he drop the ball? No. So what corrections are we talking about?
That's where I'm at. Appreciate you texting. Nonetheless, it's sports radio. That's what you do. You argue about it, and that's what makes good content. So appreciate you texting in, nonetheless. But I gotta ask, give me your team that you've been most surprised by in the Big Ten. That is maybe just staying on top or making a surge to be better. The one for me is always easy. I'll go first since maybe go first. Bloomington, Indiana. That was pretty easy.
Like I was just looking up the standings. They're actually like number one in the
5-0, baby.
Which is crazy. So I mean, you can say that.
Well, it's just they're like drop. I think right now they're averaging honestly 40 plus points.
I'm gonna go with Michigan, and I say that because with all the stuff that went on there, all the allegations and all the deleting text messages, the players.
Which that documentary, by the way, that really wasn't a big deal for them. That had nothing in it. No meat on the bone for it. So that scandal was not as bad as I thought.
It's the way that they're winning is ugly.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't necessarily look good. They have a quarterback battle every game, it seems like, or every 2 or 3 quarters.
They're gonna decide who hands the ball off the best pretty soon here.
So I mean, they got blown out by Texas, but I mean, Texas can blow out probably anybody in the country right now.
Top 5 team.
So
in the country.
for them to lose all that they lost, for them to go through everything that they're going through, and to still operate and still be effective, running the ball, physical, and playing good defense, even when Harbaugh is gone. I tip my cap to that because they figure a way out regardless of whatever ingredients they got, and that's not easy to do at all, especially coming off of a cheating national championship year.
Yeah, but also, my fear with Michigan. Well, I'm not going to put them there because
you said right now. You ain't say the rest of the season. I'm just talking about right now.
I'm talking about like the rest of the season. Like it might be a little bit of fool's gold because we've seen that with Nebraska years where it's like, we're 7-0, and all of a sudden we get to the end of the season and reality.
Okay, then you go back to see who they're playing. Like their defense is probably good enough to where outside of maybe
they got to win over USC. So I'll give you that, right? Like that's some tough
and it was early in the season. That's what I said. Like USC typically starts breaking down after 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
Go back and look at Caleb Williams last year after about the
fifth or
6th game. I'm just saying.
It was the defense, wasn't it?
Yeah, sure, okay.
It was a little bit him.
Yeah,
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
But
painting nails and all. Yeah, okay.
You know what? If they win the Super Bowl, I'll paint my damn nails.
Yeah,
I'll make a statement about it and I'll put it on my story and
that's.
I'll even let people tell me which color to paint.
I'll leave my comments to that. But you do that. It is a free world, free country. I don't agree with it, but I'll accept you for what you are.
I know my rights, DP. That's what he said. We're going to wrap it up here. Shout out to Morning Pierson-El joining me in studio today. Off the Field with Kendall Lanier up next. She's got a guest in as well. Should be a good show. Stay tuned in. We'll talk to you in a little bit.